Hey, what's happening guys? Mike from Metacomics coming at you with another episode of Digging Deeper. Today we're going to be talking about Marvel Zombies #1 and the importance of not being a douchey dad. So the last thing I expected when I opened up this first issue of the Marvel Zombies Secret Wars tie-in was to get a parenting lesson about why it's important not to be a douchey dad, yet that's exactly what I got and I loved every single second of it. The relationship between Elsa Bloodstone and her dad Ulysses is one of the focal points of the book, and it's what drew me into the story hook, line, and sinker. The reason this aspect of the story hit me so hard is because I'm the dad of a daughter, and at times, I've been known to be pretty hard on her. Not like Ulysses kind of hard on her, but bad enough, and this issue really made me reflect on my heart attitude toward her. It really served as a great reminder of how fragile a child's heart, mind, and soul really are, and how they can be easily shattered and a person ruined with careless words and thoughtless actions. As I pondered all this, I thought it would make an excellent episode of Digging Deeper, so here we are. Now, as we discuss the issue, I'm going to be primarily focusing on the father-daughter relationship, since that's the kind of relationship that is in the actual comic, as well as the relationship I have experience with in my own life. The principles and things talked about here could easily fit other child-parent type of relationships, so feel free to take anything you hear here and adapt it to those situations. Throughout Marvel Zombies #1, we get several glimpses into Elsas Past as a child with her dad, who honestly seems like a pretty big jerk, at least on the surface. We find out through flashbacks and a sort of dream sequence that he wasn't a very nurturing, caring individual, and often called Elsa weak and threatened to punish her for crying, and was just in general a mean dude. Hardly what you'd call Father of the Year material. In one particular scene, he almost slips up and says he loves her, but quickly catches himself and continues on with his little speech. With that moment, one might be inclined to say that the reason he was hard on her and wanted her to be such an excellent hunter was so that she wouldn't be harmed later on. All of this harshness was an act of tough love, meant to ensure she survived, and there might be some truth to that, but does that motivation really justify his methods? I think the cold-heartedness of Elsa as an adult pretty much says no. What the dude did to her was horrible and transformed her into a carbon copy of himself. Throughout the issue, Elsa treats the strange child she meets in the Deadlands the same way her dad treats her, and in fact, she has this epiphany moment where she realizes that's what she's doing, and suddenly we see a slight change in her demeanor. The rest of the arc is yet to unfold, so we have no idea at this point if Marvel is going to somehow redeem Ulysses' character or not, but even if they do, the big takeaway I had from this little bit of character development is that being a douchebag to your daughter can be extremely destructive. So as I was saying earlier, this whole plotline made me pause and reflect on my own relationship with my daughter, and I started to realize there are things I do that probably seem cold and harsh to her that I should stop doing, and things that I should start doing that show her she's loved, accepted, and a wonderful blessing to me. I thought I would share some of those things here and encourage other dads, or those who might one day be a dad, with some practical things to improve and build on the father-daughter relationship, or any child-parent relationship for that matter. One thing I'm starting to do with my little girl is have daddy-daughter dates with her. This is basically just a special time set aside every couple of weeks where I take her out and do something fun, just the two of us. It might be going to the park to play, getting ice cream together, going to a movie, getting dinner, or taking her to a play, going to a coffee shop and playing some board games, anything that allows the two of us some one-on-one time to talk and just be together. These times usually mean the world to both of us, and my daughter looks forward to these occasions a lot. It's improved our bond and our communication with one another. It's helped establish that Daddy loves her and enjoys spending time with her. Having this solid relationship with me will help her be secure in who she is and not feel the need to do things she isn't comfortable doing later in life in order to get validation from others. I often try to encourage my daughter's interests so that if she's really enjoying ballet lessons or playing soccer or whatever it is that she's into, she knows she has the freedom to try those things and find out what her gifts, skills, and abilities are. When she starts something new and is maybe struggling to learn it, I'm trying to be patient and say encouraging words to her, helping her identify mistakes and errors delicately and work toward improving on her weak spots. I also try not to make a big deal out of little mistakes, remembering that she's just a kid and spilling chocolate milk at the breakfast table isn't the end of the world. Your daughter, or any child for that matter, is going to disobey you or do things they shouldn't do, and so discipline and correction are needed. However, there's a right way and a wrong way to correct a child who has done something wrong. At times, especially when your kid is totally losing their minds in a massive temper tantrum, it can be easy to get a little heavy-handed and yell or say harsh things, which really honestly isn't all that helpful. It's best if you can remain calm and gentle during correction and give lots of hugs and reassurances to your daughter so she understands what you're doing is to help her grow into a well-adjusted adult. Finally, if you're the dad of a daughter, it's super important to be affectionate. Give lots of hugs and kisses and snuggles. This can be sort of hard for a guy who might not be used to being openly affectionate, but little girls have a way of melting the heart, and displaying this type of love will deepen the relationship. Well guys, that's all I have for this episode of Digging Deeper. I hope you enjoyed it. What did you think of this issue of Marvel Zombies and Elsa's relationship with her dad? If you enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe, and share it with a friend. Alright guys, that's all I got for this week. I will see you in the next one.